traffic was horrendous. The last piece of banter is the story Mudboy is going to be in my upcoming collection called the Roadkill Collection, out from Big Table Press this November, we hope. Mudboy splashed through the puddles and sloshed through the mud, and launched himself onto the soggy turf. The field was so rutted from dog play that he didn't slide but stuck in place, his face submerged in 2 inches of water, his loins in cold mud. Mudboy's mother laughed nervously where people were watching. Mudboy smiled up with a wet clump of grass sticking out of his mouth. His mom smiled down. He looked like those dinos eating in our book. Brachiosaurs, said Mudboy. He chomped on the grass and decided to like it. He thrashed his limbs as he did when he swam, and Marina leapt nimbly back from the splashes. Mudboy rolled over and stretched out his limbs and sloshed about to imprint a mud angel. He howled up at the charcoal gray sky. That brought curious dogs who barked and pranced and poked at the boy. Mudboy leapt to his feet and thrust dripping arms skyward. Let the wild rumpus begin! Don't ever change, murmured Marina, unable to distinguish her tears from the raindrops that clung to her cheek. Bloodboy loved knives of all kinds, and scissors, razors, scalpels, and pins. When Marina sent him to school with an exemption from frog dissection, he shredded the note with scissors, then smuggled a frog home and dissected it with a stolen scalpel. These are its guts, he told Mudboy. The scientific tone of his voice was contrasted by the gleam in his eyes as he scrutinized Mudboy's face. Go ahead and scream, Mama's darling. Mudboy looked down at the tiny string of intestines suspended from Bloodboy's thumb and forefinger, like the sausages on the wall at Gladkoff's deli. Bloodboy saw his 3 years younger brother's lips quiver and his hand twitched the scalpel. Papa hates crybabies, he said, and Mudboy swallowed hard and replied, Papa's not here anymore. Bloodboy ground his teeth. Thanks to you. Bloodboy got Grand Theft Auto, a skateboard and spray paint, and 3 secret piercings. Mudboy got stuffed animals, art supplies, private art lessons, and at 13 a big fluffy dog that he cuddled for hours. Bloodboy got cocaine and a razor blade and urged his brother, join me, Sergey. Show us what you're made of. His friend Dmitri sneered. He's made of mud. There's mud in his pants. Bloodboy's steely gaze willed his brother to comply while defying him to show disapproval. Mudboy looked helplessly at the rafters and a gang of little black spiders. Bloodboy chopped the cocaine into lines and inhaled fiercely. Bloodboy got graduation thousands from his absent dad and thousands more from his mom, who could scarcely afford it. He bought a black Civic and muscled it up for street racing. Serge, he said in a plaintive voice, let's go for a ride, man. My car is so cool. Serge sat on the couch wedged between his mother and Poppins, the big yellow lab. He gave a jerk as if to rise, but Marina squeezed tighter. Grigor, she said in a voice more tender than it had been in years. You've got a car and a full tank of gas. You've got money too, and you're handsome and bold. The world is your oyster. Marina and Grigor locked eyes from across the room. How tall he was, how lean and strong, and his wolf-gray eyes were so like his father's. Grigor gazed at his mother, so lovely and sad, yet peaceful somehow. Her face was weathered, and there were many more gray strands in her hair, and all of them his, she had so often joked, and not joked too. Be free now, he said, and flew from the house. Ooh.